earlier today, I made a little short video on how I fix up my lye with my goat milk. Now I'm going to, and I don't know if I've done this one before, we'll find out when I go to post it. Now I'm going to be making a batch of what I refer to as Goats Eat Oats. It is my oatmeal, milk, and honey soap, fragrance-free. There is actually several places, multiple suppliers that have an oatmeal, milk, and honey fragrance that is actually divine. It smells really good. I'm not gonna lie. It smells really good. But I feel that with this particular soap, I like the more natural, fragrance-free aspect. Since it is such a mild soap, you know, and they say that the oatmeal and the honey have so many soothing and healing properties and blah, blah, blah. I leave the fragrance out of it. That way it's, you know, part of my little short natural line that I have. Have my oils ready to go, all melted. See that they're kind of cloudy. They're super, super cool. They're cooler than the last batch that I made, actually. But that one is one, I made a batch of kerfluffle, did a video for that. Not that I don't have other videos, but that was my slab mold how-to. And with that one, I start a little warmer, and I insulate it and wrap it up, and somewhat push the issue, if you will, to force gel, because the bars come out so much cleaner and smoother in that mold if you do. Now, in my loaf molds, the logs soap, not such an issue, so I don't worry about it too much. And I actually kind of prefer to soap cooler and avoid gel to some degree with some things, because I get paler, more pastel colors. So it all depends what you're up to, what you're going for. Everybody has their preference. So I've got my lye strained in. Kind of knock off the last little bit of liquidy bits. Stick there. Cart this over to the sink. Get that out of the way. I have my stick blender ready to go. Tap the air bubbles out. Tap harder. There they are. Bring that one up to emulsified, if you will. It's just mixed together where it goes from, you know, clear, cloudy oils to a pale, yellowy, white, clear soap. Pour off a little bit for my swirls, because you will find with your oatmeal and honey, most especially the honey, they cause the soap to heat up and change colors and go a little dark. So I'll show you that in a second. But this is about a spoonful per pound of soap. So like 2 spoonfuls of oatmeal, finely ground, just regular whole organic oats. I buy the frou-frou oats for that. And this is a local raw honey. Just another spoonful. Too much honey, there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Cart that over to this sink in here. Too much honey, like I said, the sugars in it will cause stuff to heat up. And you could end up with a soapy volcano of sorts, which would be not good. So this is the soap that I poured off. No oatmeal, no honey. A little bit of titanium dioxide. Happen to have on hand the water-soluble TD. And I think I overwatered it. Anyways, that one does not mix in so hot without the stick blender. And then you want to take the stick blender to this one. You want to make sure you get everything blended in very well. Otherwise, if you have little chunks of honey stuck at the bottom, or chunks of oatmeal, when you go to pour it, they will overheat and leave like round lumps and holes in there. Made a batch one time, I wasn't paying attention, and I mixed it up with a spoon instead. And there's a big old lump of honey stuck at the bottom that did ugly things for about 3 or 4 bars or so. They were still fine. They were still safe to use. I ended up using them myself. I wouldn't sell them. But you do want to make sure that you get it blended in pretty well. And I'm a chronic overblender, I admit, so. It doesn't bother me running it stiffly. Lord knows. It probably should, but it doesn't. So. And this one is very, very simple. Pour it in. It's kind of hard to see, I know, with my crummy camera, but it's already starting to darken up a little from the honey. Little bits of oatmeal you can see floating in there. And you don't want to overdo it on your oatmeal either, because it'll be too scratchy, which I think I might have mentioned. But that's a really good beginner recipe to get a frou-frou fancy pants soap. Even though it's not really frou-frou or fancy pants, I suppose. But none of your friends will know that if you're just starting out. They'll think, oatmeal, milk, and honey. They'll be all excited about it. And there is reason to be excited. It's good stuff. Pour from up high. Pour from down low. Save a little for the top. Stick our skewer in there. Just a simple drop swirl. A little back and forth action. Kind of wipe that off. Go whack this down on a flat surface and get it level. Get all the air bubbles popped in it. Put a little more white on the top. Oops. I'm just the queen of splashing today. There's a reason I wear goggles. There we are. So, got that all down my paper liner. There's my skewies. Well, up and down, all the way to the edge. Lately, I've been on a sideways diagonal swirl kick. I don't know why. Try to bring up a little of the brown where I got too much white. Go back over that. But anyways, that's a really simple soap. A lot of my customers love it for their face. You know, and those with sensitive skin that can't do fragrance. So there it is. Goat's Eat Oats, oatmeal, milk, and honey. And I shall return.